There was a plus factor in Jesus. You see, no man can atone for the sins of the world. Only someone who is equal to God the Father could have ever done that. And Jesus did. You see, the disciples were so awed by what Jesus did. You see. When he walked on water, when he healed the sick, allowed the lepers to walk, they wondered, this man is just like us. He eats the food that we eat. He speaks the language that we speak. But how come he is so different? We can't do the things that he has been doing. They were moved to ask, what manner of man is this? He was not just a man. See? Jesus was the atonement for the sins of the world, meaning he was the one who met the justice of God. See? God was so mad at sin.
Amen.
He could not compromise on sin. The justice must be met. Man must pay the price, but man alone cannot do that. Somehow, the equivalent of God must do it. So he himself came down to earth, became man, and the one who was crucified on the cross was very God, very man, justifying the demand of God's justice. You see, many a time we question the limitation of Jesus. Like, he got thirsty. Why could not he just respond to it on his divine power? You see, he was a man, so he should live like a man. See? Like the disciples, like you and me. But at the same time, God. Very man, very God. He was pre-existent being. Before Abraham, I am. The word is always in the present tense. The verb, I am. I thirst. We cannot quench the actual and the real quench of God, of Jesus. It is an ongoing, actually endless thirst. Because thirst is something else, much more than a need, a human need for water. He thirsts for you, thirst, to go to the prisons and comfort and give solace and give hope to those who are incarcerated. And to those who can sing, he thirsts for those people to go up here. And to anyone who can play the violin, he thirsts for you, my big brother, to play the violin on Sundays. Friends, it is unfortunate that we are not really willing to even mitigate the thirst of Jesus. The very last words that he told us before he ascended to be at the right hand of the Father was, go ye out into all the world and preach the gospel.
Amen.
You see, what I like with Charisma is that the sermons here are not just heard. The sermons are seen. Seen in the prison, seen in the house of the aged, seen elsewhere in the world, in Kenya, in Cavite. Words alone would not satisfy Jesus. The priest and the Levite were good speakers. Their sermons were heard, but their sermons was not seen when there was that victim. Jesus is thirsting right now for each one of us. Whatever our calling, wherever we are working, whatever we are doing, somehow we are first of all, primarily, an ambassador of Christ.
Amen.
Wherever we are, we should not only be wearing the uniform. We should produce what the uniform stands for.
Amen.
I can wear any time the uniform of LeBron James or Michael Jordan, but I can do the worst they do. As Christians, it is not enough, it's not sufficient for us to be seen wearing charisma t-shirt or whatever, because that is not really the evidence of our relationship with Christ. I told our class under Brother Benny about my hat, my charisma hat. You see, Valerie had put the word pastor at the back. I covered it. Because I might not always be working or doing or acting or saying things representative of a pastor, so I better cover it. It's very easy to wear a uniform, but it is entirely different to produce the products that uniform stands for. I am thirsty. God, Jesus is still thirsty. As long as eternity keeps rolling on, as long as there are widows, as long as they are in need of bread, as long as they are in need of water, as long as they are incarcerated, these people here have to go out and be seen.
Amen.
Visiting them,
Amen.
comforting them, giving them hope.
Yes.
That's how we are in our relationship with Jesus. After all, He died for us. Pastor James has been saying, even if Christ gives nothing to me from here on until I die, it will make no difference. What He did on the cross, what He did on the cross for me is enough.
Amen.
The song leader was asked while he was leading a choir one time about the anthem, "Were you there when Jesus was crucified? Were you there when He hung on the cross?" I will readily admit I was there. My sins represented me. My sins were washed so clean, white as snow. Never I thirst. You know, I lost the stamina to preach a 3-hour sermon. When you are 69 years old. I stayed away from the lector so that you could see how a 69-year-old man can look so good from the neck down. My granddaughters are not laughing. Charisma. Jesus relies on each one of us.
Yes, He does.
Wherever we are, whatever we are doing, whatever our calling, we are first of all followers of Jesus.
Amen.
And He thirsts for those who would come after Him. And He said this, those who would come after me, let her carry the cross every day. And then follow me.
Amen.
Charisma, He thirsts for you.
Yes.